Hey everybody, Randy here, Nerds Templar. We are checking out some Pokemon cards. I'm just doing this briefly. It's a super random thing. I actually talked last stream last night, about maybe doing this. I highly doubted I would, but now I reconsidered because I've been sorting through all this stuff and I'm really trying to do a 10-cent per card bulk lot of Pokemon cards, as the description says in my upcoming town-wide yard sale here that's actually tomorrow. So we already went through everything else that I would be looking to sell, which is pretty much bulk stuff, commons, uncommons, of like, I guess, Sword and Shield, maybe a little bit of Sun and Moon, perhaps, depending on really how much bulk we have of that. And then a little bit of Scarlet Violet as well, but none of my own stuff. I think I'm just going to do the stuff from the auction, but I am going to show you here what exactly I'm talking about that I think I'd like to get through. Like and subscribe, comment if you will. Here we go. I've gone through and sorted out quite a bit now. We are actually going to look at a different auction lot than I planned on. I talked about this stuff that's being used as a camera and light stand right now. Two plastic cases, I guess, clear cases full of early Pokemon cards. I think it's over 700 is what the lot says, description. But we're going to skip that for now. And we're actually going to do this last. So we have two more things before that we're going to get to. This one was 125. So we had a few that were 120. This one 125. The two cases, plastic cases, clear ones of over 700 early cards, was the biggest lot amount at $190 for that. But then we also have a binder of 81 of a lot of foils and other cool cards that was $40. And then that last one we got was 32. And I think when we did the math, it came up to like 4 cents or something per card. I can't remember now at all. But it was pretty good. And then this one we're going to look at was 125, as I said. I thought it was pretty, one of the better ones, maybe. And it is in the back here. Sorry, still have some stuff just strewn about as I'm still going through some of the cards here. Maybe you can, yeah, you can see them there in the back. That's actually Brilliant Stars is here, and then there's this is whatever's after that, Astral Radiance. Yeah, nice big stack of that, and then there's a little stack of Pokemon Go there as well. This right here, I'm using. It's one of the two ETB. Yeah, the first auction I got a Shining Fates ETB, and then I got one that was just the Elite Trainer box bottom and not a top. I'm using currently, that's being used for my Scarlet and Violet stuff that I got from the auction. I think we'll have more after today. And then this one is being used for older cards. You can't really see, but it's like Sun and Moon. Here we go. Sun and Moon and some earlier maybe XY stuff as well. So slowly working my way through those. I guess I'll just show you all these right now real quick since I have to move them. This is where the base set 2 stuff was. This was full of base set 2. Couple unhollow rares, but mostly commons and uncommons, but it should be quite good. Now, as you can see here, it is my Japanese and Korean cards, which fit pretty nicely. There's a little bit of space left. But yeah, we got the Korean here in the front, I believe, and then the Japanese here. No, it's the other way around. Yeah, Japanese here, Korean here, which is good. There's more Japanese, which should sell better, I would imagine. Some of those are actually pretty good. There's a lot of viable cards there and a lot of good viable cards. So it's very possible, especially because we're pre-Worlds. I don't know if they're still going to be usable for the next Worlds. I think they will be, because we still have until early-ish next year, March-ish, to use the stuff that's currently in Standard. So a lot of these Japanese cards, who knows, maybe somebody, if they're good enough and they're maybe going to Worlds. Actually, now that I think about it, where is Worlds? The only reason you would have bought Japanese cards for the last Worlds was because it was in Japan, and so you could use Japanese cards no matter who you were. Because it's region specific, I believe, on what cards you use. You could either use, although in the case of Worlds, you can either use your own region's cards or the cards of the region you're in. So it's not necessarily you can just use Japanese cards anytime you want, but who knows, maybe someone wants them. That's what that is. This right here, which I was trying to get out of the way, was the all the old cards so far. As you can see, it's coming along pretty nicely. This was all the base set 2, which was in here, and this is one of my own boxes I got at the auction. Actually, 4 of these, I believe. I can't remember what they're supposed to be. 800 card things, but that's for sports cards, so it should be more Pokemon cards. Yeah, and then I also have one back in the back there, actually, right here. You can see it button next to the Japanese Hollow Growlithe. These will come out of their cases. They'll stay in sleeves. They'll come out of their cases and go into the Japanese cards. Those are from the second auction out of the 2 that I did. Well, it was the first out of the 2 I did. It was auction number 2 of 3 for the guy. And yeah, so in that box right there, those are actually my own duplicates, which I'll probably not be selling. Maybe I'll look at those, see how many I have of some. Looking up here, I have some random cards sitting up here. Now I have to, now I'm wondering, oh, these are my own. These are more, wait, what are these? Oh yeah, those are my own duplicates. I need to put those in. They're Lost Origin duplicates. I need to put in Lost Origin sleeves in the Elite Trainer box that I've been doing with as money as I have. But that'll probably change over to just like rares and holo rares as I grow my own collection like that. Finally, yeah, that's it for that. This will be definitely full. I'll have to figure out what exactly with those 2 clear cases once we look at those lastly of all the auction lots, and I add that into these early cards. I'll probably have to keep using those clear cases for something specific, more specific that's early, and then this big thing for probably base set 2 and whatever else I need a lot of space for. The other ones will probably be base set, and I think there's a lot of rocket cards in the ones we'll see coming up in a few streams, I suppose. But that is that, and then we have finally, you can also see this is a stack of energies here. Those were the early energies that were in this thing here, which I can't really show you too much. I guess I could do this real quick for you. Show you this way. So this was, yeah, as you can see, our 4 row. I think I've been calling it a 3 row, to be honest with you, but it's a 4 row thing. 1 row is all, actually, these 2 rows are all energies now. These are, gosh, now I can never remember. There's Sydney. Say hi to Sydney in the back. I want to say that these are, I wish the camera was just a little higher, maybe. Sun and Moon. These are the later Sun and Moon here. Yeah, that's right. And these are the early Sun and Moon, which is much more of. And these are a mixture of Sun and Moon, both types of Sun and Moon, both types of Sword and Shield. And then here are the early Sword and Shield, and then late Sword and Shield, and they're separated, of course, the same way by just the one bag here. But those are, yeah, all energies, unfortunately. Not great, but I guess it's okay. And this is all different anyway, as we slowly, here, 1 second here. I'm going to, I shouldn't use this because the cars will move, but it doesn't matter. I need to fix it anyway. I will have to, that is. There, you can kind of see a little better though. Now, see what I'll do about this light though. Okay, it'll work, it'll work. Okay, so yeah, and then back here, this is where the real Sword and Shield bulk stuff starts, and I'm just going to look through to make sure there's no cards that are actually worth something more. If they're worth more than 10 cents, then I'm not going to sell them unless I have like a 20-cent like little thing. But as you can see, maybe this thing we're going to go through is a 2-row thing. That's probably what I'm going to put out for people to pick through. So here we have the earlier Sword and Shield is in here, the stuff that's unusable. And then in these rows, we have the later Sword and Shield. That's why what you see in the back here is the later stuff that I haven't gone through yet. So this will be a little more full here. This is done for now, but this will be, I'm hoping these will both be full once we go through the cards that we're going through right now, because that's all I needed to show you. So let us go. I'm trying to make a little more space here. Some other cards, some decent energies that came within other energies. That's not a card that I got in the auction. That was from one of our repackaged things we went through and I still haven't put it in my own collection because I don't think I have Lost Thunder, Sun and Moon in my collection yet. Actually, I know where he'd go. He'd go in a mini portfolio of other random things. Later, I've been so busy with not just the yard sale prepping for that, but so many other things. Sorry, one moment. You check this one out. Boom. There's a hollow Japanese. Oh, you can't really see it, but there's a hollow Japanese version of the Ralts that I use in the Gardevoir EX deck. There it is. Hey there, Ralts. Oh, so yeah, I wanted to mention these are the jumbo cards we saw already. My nephew was just here. My sister and all her kids were here helping with getting their stuff ready for the yard sale tomorrow. And then I had to show for the first time, I brought my nephew down to see the giant, enormous collection that you see here. It's all sitting strewn about on this table. And because he saw he saw the little box of mini portfolios that I had sitting up to be sold. And he was like super excited by that. So I'm like, oh, you got to come see this. So I showed him but he immediately saw the jumbo cards and he went straight for the jumbo cards. And I mentioned in an earlier previous video that I was going to probably give one of these Charizard Vs to my nephews because there's so many of them. So why not? And maybe one of the Pikachu Vs as well, because I already have one for myself that I got in my own Shining Fates Pikachu V collection. But I also have two of those, so I might give him one of each of those. And so now I definitely probably will because he was all over these things. There's also, I have quadruplets of the Rowlet, Linton, and Poplio here. And so those were what he was looking through. Or some, I guess he looked through all of them. But I might also, there's so many, I might give them each. I don't know, maybe I'll say pick one of the starters. Who knows? That's a good idea. I'll let him pick one of the starters, and then I'll give him Pikachu and Charizard as well to share, I suppose, or something. Yeah, anyway, so I just want to mention those were actually in this, so that kind of ups the value of this. It drops the value of the bigger one, obviously. Probably drastically. I don't know, though, because the shipping would be totally different for the jumbo cards. So it does kind of throw kinking things. Anyway, I just realized that I have not sorted through this because I wasn't planning on showing this until the last, because second last thing, I suppose. But I sorted through, in fact, I didn't sort through any of the last three things we have to look at, but I also didn't plan to do this stream, whatever. Here, a pretty cool, oh, this is not from here. This was at my house. I found it as we were looking through yard sale stuff, Jungle Pikachu, one of many that I have, but I found it as I was looking. I think it was being used as a bookmark, probably by me, but maybe by my sister. Still in great condition. We have another one of these EVV Maxes, which I'm happy about. I think that's a promo, right? Still in a little promo bag. So yeah, these are going to be super random. It might take us a little bit longer to get through them, but I'll do my best to go quick. It's also, not all of these are cards. There are some things that are just actually empty sleeves and dividers. The dividers you see in this bigger one back here are all from here, in fact. I have them in a couple other places too. All right, but let's see how to do this without dropping everything. Because it's not quite all, it's all the space isn't taken up, so I don't want all the cards falling constantly. Let's start them this way. There we go. Like an empty, tiny, like penny sleeve in the back there, I think. Yeah, I don't know how that happened. All right, so yeah, got the Eevee. Let's check out up to here. I'll do this. How about that? Blissey, some Thunderouses, Toxtricity, Scovillain that is, sorry. Houndstone, Indeedee, Co-Ride, and Palmot. So a bunch of Scarlet Violet to start off already. Press's Research, Annihilapes, Arboliva, Dondozo, Lugia's from. Oh, this is one that I'm not familiar with because I don't have cards from it. Give me two. I didn't think I would need this, but I guess I do. I should have known better. It is Sword and Shield, as you can tell by the celebrations. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's right before Fusion Strike, so not usable, but not too old. Lugias, which are pretty cool in my opinion. I think they look nice. Reshurums, which are also, oh, they're the 25th anniversary. I don't know if they all have that or not. Dialga, Zekrom, a lot of wow. I'm definitely going to be checking the prices. I didn't check prices on most, if any of this stuff, maybe a couple of the things. Groudon, Reverse Hollows, Beedrill, Spupa, Chimecho, Slurpuff, whoa. So those were new-ish from Sword and Shield. These are, that's another, like some kind of Japanese symbol, but that has to be Sun and Moon with some Japanese, right? They kind of, or earlier, yeah, it might be Generations from XY. Yeah, it is. Nice. So Slurpuff there. Floette, Deancey, Swirlix. Pretty great condition, I'd say. Wally as well. Now we're back to more recent stuff. Single Striker, Shifu, Oricorio, Jubilife, Village, and now normal Barbaracle, Slurpuff, and a Reverse Hollow Farewell Bell. Can't be used. It's Fusion Strike. All right, and then there's also these coins that came, Cleavor and, oh, two Cleavers. Sorry, let me switch my screen back here so I'm looking at the right thing. There we go. All right, yeah. So here, another big stack. Oof. Oh, more Toxtricities, Entei, Palafins, more Thunderous, Sizer, Palmot, Lunala, that's another Celebrations. Sizer, Ita, Dragapult, Zatu. You can see they're all just random. People were probably digging through them too, checking them out, so that randomized them even more. Garbodor, and these, I got to be careful with some of these. I saw these, and we'll see them in the next video, in the next stream, that is, with the next auction lot. Cards from these World's Championships 2018, this one is. Mr. Mime, they're signed, so it's easy to tell. The Hollow Gengar from one of the Halloween boosters. Litwick, Reverse Hollow, Dusclops, Simisage, Electabuzz, Luxray. Hollow Orbeetle, Reverse Hollow, Tower of Darkness, Drone Rotom, Weepinbell, Seadra, Tower of Darkness, Sword Dirt, and Shieldbert. Energy Recycler, Mineshaw. I'm not going to say them all, but again, you can see there's a bunch of Reverse Hollows here. It's a cool Chilling Rain Gengar. Oh, that's an older-ish. That's from Lost Thunder there, Delibird. So some of these are older. This one is too. You can always tell if you can see at least somewhat, maybe, see if there is a letter. If there's a letter next to the icon here, like the ones on the top of the deck there, on the top of the stack, you can see there's at least some other thing. That white thing there is the G. That means it's at least Sword and Shield. Of course, if it has a silver border, you know it's silver, Scarlet Violet. But these are older here. Some more older ones. And now back into new ones. Old ones, new ones, old ones, new ones. We're back and forth. It's really the only way to tell. But you can see there's a pretty good mixture. Then there's a lot of reverse hollows, actually. A lot of hollows, reverse hollows, and quite a bit of older cards, old-ish cards. That's a really cool Goodra. I don't think I saw that one before when I was looking through. I thought I saw all of them. That's an old school card there. At least it looks like it. I guess it's not that old. It is black and white, maybe, though. Later black and white. There we go. We just got this Blissey for ourselves, Pokemon Go. This crazy Oshawott. Look at that thing. Is that real? Can't see through it. Miraidon. So again, some new stuff, and then back to old stuff. This old Jirachi, that might be pretty good. Frostlass, Floette. I mean, I think there's some pretty decent cards in here. I think we're gonna make back. I think we're gonna be able to make back the one. No, this was 125. Yeah, I think we'll be able to make that back and much more. I think this might be one of the better ones, as I said in the beginning of this stream. One of the better hauls we had. I was kind of, because I didn't go to the in-person showing, like preview beforehand to see this stuff myself and kind of dig through myself. I was kind of basing a lot of stuff off of how other people were bidding. Although I had my own idea for at least the binder stuff. Although again, for those, because some had a lot of pages, I was still sort of guessing, but I think most of them worked out. The only thing that didn't work out was how many energies I got, but I think I can manage. If it weren't for those, though, I mean, it would have been amazing. But again, the energies were probably what kept the bids lower than my max bids would have been. So again, just because of the way other people that knew what was there were willing to bid, my bids ended up being probably more where they should have been. But I knew that from the last auction, the person that got all of the Pokemon stuff was the person who outbid me, just outbid me. So as soon as I stopped bidding, that person won with the next highest bid. So I wanted to make sure that didn't happen, and it worked out as well as I pretty much thought it would, especially, you know, taking into account the energies we got. Which not all of those were in that lot together. This Shining Fates ETB was full of energies, and that's now in that box too, as well as some from all other places. A bunch of random stuff here, some in sleeves, some not. This is an older card here. In fact, it's a rare unknown A from Neo Revelation Discovery. Neo Discovery, I think, is what they call that one. Zamazenta. An old Magnemite there, same Neo Discovery. Same with the Politoed, the Poliwrath, some rares, a bunch of rares from Neo's. Neo Genesis Cleffa rare. That's something, some of these might be going into my collection because this was something I think that I had to pass up on for now to add to my own Neo Genesis collection. Now I got one, so I might as well just take this one, right? That's probably going to happen a few times. Yanma Donphan. But things like this, which I just realized this is a Japanese card, so we'll have to throw it in with the Japanese stuff. I'm also going to sleeve it up right now, though. But if that were, say that was an English card, since I don't really have these sets started yet, I would probably not keep this even though I don't have it. But again, that is a Japanese card. Wait, yeah, Japanese. Got to make sure if you don't know how to read Japanese or Korean or Chinese, you got to make sure, because if the card back is the same as an English card back, then it's not a Japanese card, obviously. It's either Chinese or Korean, which is why I know that the one that I just set up here to help with the camera is not fake and it is not Japanese. It's Korean. So yeah, anyway, Vespiquen EXs, cool water energy. That's only Sun and Moon though, so that's, or I mean Sword and Shield, late Sword and Shield, so it's not like it's old. Cool Pikachu EX, that's from Paldea, actually. We do have some old EXs, I thought. Maybe not, actually, now that I think about it. Some of these not in sleeves, I don't really like that. The Magikarp from Rocket, Team Rocket, old Team Rocket. We'll have more of those. Really cool Kingdra from Neo Discovery there. No, Neo Revelation. That's Revelation with the little circle thing. Get it? Oh, oh yeah. I was still really awesome. Dark Gyarados from Team Rocket returns. Murkrow from Neo Genesis. Charmander from Rocket. A very slightly, but not very. Dan, there's just a little creasing on an old school Neo Genesis Totodile, Japanese Totodile, followed by, as you saw there, yeah, that's right, the Hollow Fossil set Dragonite, which I don't have, and I'm very tempted to take that one to add to my collection. Ah, man, very tempted. Skeledirge, Armor Rouge, some more Japanese cards. Yep, save those. And again, those are some usable ones. Miriam and I can't remember her name, Penny or something with a P, I think. And more of the EV VMAX promo cards. So we're going to be definitely selling those off. I wouldn't mind having a binder up there of dollar cards for like hollow dollars. If I have time, I'm going to throw one together because I have the binders to do it now. In fact, especially if once I go back to my parents for dinner tonight, there's 4 binders we found up in the place we were cleaning out of all the toys and stuff. The lower attic thing we got. Here's a bunch of random, more random stuff. Some are just empty sleeves, which I should keep out and use right now, maybe for some of these cards. Another EVV Max, Zacian V-Star. I don't know if it's Zacian or Zacian. I heard someone, I think, pronounce it Zacian recently. I prefer Zacian myself. Regigigas V, a Radiant Greninja. Need I say more about that? Lapras V Max, I think the same guy that I heard pronounce Zacian, I believe also talked about running Lapras V Max deck back in the day or something. It is a base Sword and Shield base set, so it's been around for, it's no longer viable, and it's been around for a bit. Bunch of empty sleeves. I'm going to actually keep these out now, like I said I would. Single strike Urshifu, which I'm tempted to put into one of those sleeves. Some dividers, which I didn't get used just yet. More sleeves. Blaziken, slightly damaged there. Maybe you can see it in the middle-ish. Almost like someone took something to it, scraped it. No, maybe it was just a little bent up. But that is an old-ish card. I don't know if that's necessarily E-Series. It might have come, or E, not the E card from Wizards of the Coast, but E-Series that came right after that. So I think I know all the E card stuff. Or maybe it's even newer than that. Yeah, I know the E card stuff. So E-Series, circle with 3 dots around it triangularly. Not that one. I'm sorry, you can't see the thing I'm looking at. Well, maybe it was that one, I guess. Could have been. Take another look at that. Yeah, I guess it is that AX Holland Phantoms Blaziken there. Obviously a rare. Back in those days, you wouldn't have a starter Evolution 3 like that wouldn't be a rare. They'd all be at least a rare. Dreadnought. Maybe they still are. Who knows? Maybe they still haven't broken that. Now, this was awesome to see. I think this card's worth a bit, and these are really nice condition. I have a hollow version of this, which in fact is the only one I have. So I would be tempted to keep this, but I think I might sell it because I'm going to be keeping so many others. We have a lot of these, but again, these are like as mint as you get. These corners are like perfect, man, and they're tops, sharp cornered cards. But more of those, I should say. Some more Japanese, only still in here because I haven't gone through this with you guys yet. Altaria EX, Toadscroll EX, Cinderace VMAX. And that's that for now. for those, I should say. A couple more Evolving Skies, in fact, dividers. It's funny that it's those. Like people opening like so many of those, probably looking for the good stuff, and just selling them all the things off separately. Who knows? Maybe they're even, because of their Evolving Skies, worth a bit. I doubt it. I think, in fact, one of the, what was I looking at, sleeves? One of these Evolving Skies sleeves were one of the cheapest on Amazon I saw. A bunch of newer stuff again, new-ish. Lunala GX though. Pidgeot V, can't beat that, right? That's the card, right? Yeah, you may shuffle it and all attach cards into your deck. Wait, is that's I now I can't remember if that's the thing you want to do with him, or now I can't remember at all. No, that's the one. I think so. I think that's the one people use. Oh, see, it's one of those trainers gallery cards, but might be a buck. Galarian Obstagoon. Some pretty cool cards in here, right? Dedenne, another one. Those are Brilliant Stars, I think. Probably maybe both of them were. No, the first was Astral Radiance. Two of the Dedennes, which are pretty cool. I kind of like that art. Another divider. Some guy may have just advertised for. I don't know. Bannett, Phalanx, another one. Most of those we see, if we see any of those, they're going to be the trainers gallery. They're not going to be actual alternate arts. I mean, I guess they're technically alternate full arts or whatever, or full arts, I suppose, not the alt full arts. Same with the Choi here. Actually, no, that's an alt art Choi. Full art. I'm sorry, full art Choi. 182 of 189. That's how you know. If it was an alt art, it would be after the 189. If it was a trainer gallery, it'd be TG something like this. TG01 for Astral Radiance. Yeah, Mr. Rhyme. Still, though, again, we're should be making a decent bit from each card, especially if we can sell them at a higher price than they're really worth, like in person or whatever, like people do at shops. I mean, you go to some shops and it's like, I can't believe you're selling these cards for some of these cards for $2 a piece when they're like worth like 25 maybe cents. Now check this one out though. Boom. We saw that Totodile, Japanese Totodile earlier. How about that one? Old school jungle Japanese hollow Clefable. I think it's actually only worth a few bucks, but still, it's kind of cool. Starting to lose our cards here. Oh, I see the Eevee's the problem. The Eevee with that bag. Okay. Yeah, Cold Clefable. The Torchic is pretty awesome. Oldish. Night Cargo, same with that. Carbink. Back to newer stuff. Psyduck is older. You can pretty much tell. Tyranitar too. That's a cool Moltres V. That's probably, oh, that's Chilling Rain. Older Sandshrew. Old-ish. That's actually late XY evolution or whatever. Cool Raichu GX. Base set 2. Jungle. Rocket. Some random things there. Passimian. That's a Trainer's Gallery from Silver Tempest. That's a Evolutions Pikachu, still cool. That's a base set Machop in really good condition, like all those base set 2 cards where we saw last time. Like the best condition pot, not just, I mean, it's like near mint. It's like someone opened a pack recently and just sleeved it up and sold it or something. Bully ingredient, Eldegoss. Wouldn't be surprised if some of these you get in tins and whatnot, boxes, collections. Other of those. Keep the sleeves out. Keep those. A lot of the penny ones too. We'll keep the dividers in though for now. We're super random on the sleeves, however. I don't think we would be able to get enough for anything. I would love if we had enough, which would be like 50-ish maybe. I don't know how much. Maybe 50 for one of my games I have. I would like to use them for my own games because they're just nice throwaway ones, and I make cards out of index cards. But I have like I have a multiplayer one deck type of game where, you know, you just use the one deck and go around drawing from that. And if I had like, I think probably 50 is what the deck is right now, and it's alpha testing. So if I could find 50 matching ones, that'd be nice, but I don't think that'll happen. Some nice hard sleeves there now too. Extras. All kinds of different stuff there. So that's all those. More sitting down here. We didn't go through these yet, did we? No. More sleeve. Maybe we will have 50 of something. These. Are those from the new Charizard collection that we just opened recently? There's a Klefki we use, Japanese one that we use in our deck. I'm going to have to go back through here. I'm sure I missed taking some of these Japanese ones out. Some hollows, reverse hollow Japanese in here. My best not to touch them up too much. Gonna set those aside. Might as well while I can. Another old one, Team Rocket, original Team Rocket Japanese Diglett. Some more Japanese cards, new ones. Several cards in this thing here. To keep that Japanese one in here for now. My bayonet there. Japanese. Let's see if these are all Japanese. Oh yeah. Bunch of hollow Japanese. Oh! Okay, I might keep that Japanese Mew just because I love it. If you have been with me for the last 50 streams, videos before this, you probably know my love for Mew, the evolutions, basically all the OG legendaries and starters. And here's some more of stuff we've seen. We have a lot of duplicates. Isn't it interesting how they're all the same card? It's like all the really good stuff was already picked through, huh? Although we had some decent stuff in here, I think. There was a few that escaped somebody's notice. These were in here randomly already, I think. I don't think I changed it up at all. So these are more Korean cards. You can tell, well, Korean and Japanese, I suppose. You can tell by the back. These are Korean in the front, Japanese here. More Japanese. Hard to tell what that is. I mean, it says energy. I assume it's an English card then. So yeah, just a few Korean, I suppose. Bunch of energies. Some English here in the back. It's random. And then even more random, a base set Magnemite English. Yeah, it's by itself. That's what was in that bag. I'm going to not put them back in that bag. Almost through the first row, which was in fact the row with, as you can see, all the sleeves and stuff. So it was the less card row. Cosmic Eclipse, Sun and Moon Pikachu. Mawile, level 41, so you know it's a little older because it has the level on it. I'm sorry, I wish you could see this better. If I do that, it'd be a little better, perhaps, for you. A little less glare, maybe. Swellow, more Japanese, new cards. Mostly the Japanese are all new. Mostly they're all new, I should say. I don't know. I guess we did have a decent amount of older ones in here. Another of the Ralts you see in the back there that's in the case, or the hard sleeve. And this is just super random all over the place. Old stuff, English stuff, Japanese stuff, Suicune. From like some kind of Suicune deck or something, maybe. I don't even know. See the icon down there. 30 of 30, whatever that came from then. Oh, that's a cool Swellow. Yo, what is this? I saw these and now I forgot about them until, yeah, right now. What are these supposed to be? Anything decent? Break cards? These I don't know. Raichu, so that was cool, the Raichu. Trevenant. I guess it was just the two. I thought there was more. Older Heliolisk, Pikachu, that's older. And it looks like, if you're not aware, the cards may look like they're faded on the edges. They're not. That's just the way the card is supposed to look, I guess. In fact, that's a promo Pikachu. Heart Gold Soul Silver promo Pikachu. How about that? Another break there. Vivillon. No, Vivillon. Talonflame break. Another Klefki that I have from my deck, but a Japanese version. Scorched Earth Mimikyu. I mean, again, this stuff is so all over the place. I'll be able to hopefully come back to you with a little more. In fact, maybe next Wednesday. This was the Magmortar I mentioned in a recent stream. I wanted to get him in an auction. In the second auction, I saw him in the binder. There was actually two of them in the binder. That one of the binders for the auction. Tried to get it. It was too much for my taste. This one though was random in this box, and when I saw it, I was so happy that it was in here. It's just a trainer's gallery, I imagine. But it's GG, so G gallery, something gallery there. But I was happy about that. Probably end up sold anyway at some point. More hard cases, we'll keep those out. I think I kept, yeah, here. Co-Riding Whimsicott, Centiskorch V. That's a full art, not a alternate, but it is a full art. Whimsicott V and V-Star. And the promo Snorlax. I know I didn't put all those break cards in sleeves, but I was going to. Here's an Omastar. Pretty awesome. I guess they're not super old. They are from XY, not even XY. No, wait. Yeah, Fates Collide. XY Fates Collide toward the end. That's nice. Ooh, speaking of Mews, I'm sorry if you guys need these Mews. They're probably not going to be for sale. Is that a common? No, it is. It is a rare, but it is from Hidden Fates. So I have a couple of, not many. Yeah, that's what it is. It's just a unhollow there though. But I do love me some Mew. Throw that in a sleeve. Ooh, here's some cool stuff. I don't know if you can see those or not as they're coming up. Mantine, Chinchou. These are some nice Neo Genesis in case we need to fill out our set a little more, which we do. Lantern, Swinubs, Meryl, Horsey, Totodile, Cedra, Natu, Hoot, Snubble, Ladybug, Odge, Gligar, Gloom, Skiploom, another EX Hall on Phantoms, Hollow Blaziken, and if I'm not mistaken, that's from a pre-release kit. Boom. What? And also a Clefairy, which is um, all kinds of crazy because it's technically like the remake XY Evolutions remake of the base set Clefairy. So it's also hollow for that reason and probably rare. Well, duh, it's hollow. But they obviously didn't have fairy back then. It would have just been a colorless card. So there's the difference. But awesome nonetheless. A little stack here of Japanese. I think they're newish. I'm trying to place them by the art. I'm not sure. Maybe they might be late Sword and Shield. Oh no, they're Sun and Moon. They say so. They say SM and then a number. Nice. So those are some of our old, if not our oldest, Japanese cards, other than the couple random or super old ones. I'm gonna put those down here now, so they're not on top of an ETB. I mean, I'll take all these penny sleeves. It's for cards that are already in not mint condition. Those are decent sleeves to use, in my opinion. Nearing the end of the first one here, Moltres. That looks, I guess, from Charizard, maybe the Battle Academy. So two hollow Zapdos. Oh, those are Vivid Voltage, new. The base set two Charmeleons, a bunch of them, and Charmanders, yes. Base set Tangela and Haunter and Kadabra and Jinxes and Ghastly, Drowsies, Kakuna, Torchic from, I don't even know what that is. Again, let's go back because that's probably E series. I get those confused. E card came first, and then EX, E card, and then EX. I'm sorry. It's probably EX, though. It is EX Crystal Guardians right after Hall on Phantoms. Torchic. Infernape, that's from much later in XY. Some Seismitoad old EX, though. And again, speaking of old, not sure why that sleeve was there. Maybe I put it there just so they weren't resting against the cardboard itself. If that's the case, I'm just going to use the divider back there. If I have one, there's that's a Sun and Moon divider, I think. Later Sun and Moon set. Well, all right, and this is it for this. Not an old card there. That's Evolutions. Evolutions. Beware. Growlithe from Evolutions, but it's a hollow. Rhyperior. Are those a little older, maybe, even than Evolutions? I think, maybe. It depends if it's Sun and Moon or XY, really. Evolutions is at the end of XY, so right before Sun Moon started. So a lot of these are older here in this little stack. I call XY old. Sun and Moon honestly is pretty old in my opinion because it's before I said honestly I started collecting not even at Scarlet Violet base, so it's very new. All this stuff is very old, and only a little bit of stuff is very new to me, I should say. In my the way uh, I don't know the words slipping my mind. The way things appear to me, and that's it for the first row. Thanks if you're hanging out with me. Like and comment, subscribe to. Just a slight cleanup job of these real quick. I'm going to throw these Japanese between two Evolving Skies dividers just so there's more cards in there so they're not falling all over. We'll get to this thing last, I suppose. I'll move these more Snorlax promos. Woo! Those will go to the front like this, Eevee. And so will this Eevee. And so will this Snorlax. Why not? There they all are. I think 2 Eevees, 5 Snorlax. Plus the other, it was at least one, maybe 2 Eevees, EV Max in the binder we saw, very first one we saw. All right, anyway. After those, this is pretty full. I'm going to have to move some of these over to the other side, I think. Lever, Lucario, Ultra Ball. Doesn't matter since everything's all mixed together anyway. Some potentially scratchy on there, wasn't sure. Yeah, a bunch of reverse hollows here though. New cards, but all reverse hollows, some reverse hollow rares. An awesome reverse hollow Screamtail, which is the one that I use in my deck, so probably worth a bit. Yeah, it's that Aerodactyl I like. I have one myself. Cool Jolteon there. Cool Dragonite there. Again, these are new ones, so I'm just saying that because I think they're cool. As an older horror psychic energy. I'm not sure. You know what? Let's do this. I'll just pull this thing out. Hopefully I don't regret that. Hopefully I wasn't dividing anything else. Ah. Still a lot of cards in this side. So we'll look at those in a second. Clodsire, Whizzle, more new stuff that's hollow. Cool Haunter. Bunch of new stuff. All new stuff here. So maybe we ran into most of the old stuff already. I don't know if I showed that rock rup or not. Cards fallen potentially here. All right, cool. Some a comfy, I guess, that's usable now for now. Is used. Old Dedene, tell by the reverse hollow pattern. What is it? Yeah. Lost Thunder. A lot of nice cards. I mean, really, I can probably fill out a lot of my own Scarlet Violet sets. But if you want, again, like I said in past videos, these are all for sale. So if you want to fill out your Scarlet Violet or Sword and Shield or maybe even Sun and Moon sets, just comment. Let me know which cards you need. And those are the ones I will post on TCG Player. And you can go ahead and find me there. Go put all the cards in your basket. And I'll give them to you. Awesome hollow Team Rocket, but 25th anniversary Team Rocket. Here comes Team Rocket card. I don't know how much that would be worth, but it is kind of awesome. I have dividers here. Going to get to that, and then I'll show you that little case. Which is right now. When we reach the divider, that is. Valerion. I mean, duplicate hollows and reverse hollows of like everything. It's crazy. Except for the V's and or the EX and all that kind of stuff. We have a couple of those, as you saw, but not everything. Decent bit, not everything. Not really any of the full arts or anything like that. But if you need the regular cards of anything, even if it's hollows, we may have you covered here. And that's why I thought with that, along with all the older cards, that's why I thought this was really going to be a worthwhile lot here. Okay, well, we've already looked at about half of that side too now. Here in this case, I think there's probably more celebration stuff. We saw a bunch of these. These must be the non-hollow stuff of the celebrations. No, I'm not sure what that is. Hold on. What is that? You can't see it, of course. Of course. Well, it looks like two squares, like a, what do you call those houses? A complex or duplex. I don't know what that would be. It must be a promo of some sort. Let me check down in the. Oh, yeah, there we go. McDonald's 2021. That's it. It's like all the starters. I mean, nice little collection of the starters from McDonald's. Number of cards is 2021, 25 cards. Guess I could just look at these. 25, so is that like all the starters plus Pikachu maybe? So that's that. Go on that side. And now the rest of these. Some more Japanese. Maybe just a couple here. Oh, nope, that's Japanese too, just crazy name. I guess I'm okay with the amount of Japanese we ended up with. If this ends soon here with the Japanese, sorry, I guess I can slow down a little bit in case you actually care about what Japanese cards I have. That's the end of those. I'm going to move these two over to the rest. All right. Now getting a little low on this side. But here's the rest of these: Lichen Rock, Andrew Sanchez, Voltor, Tentacruel, Steel, Persian, Grabberst Army. Mostly newish stuff. New and newish. We're still right at about the halfway mark, but we're just going to breeze through these pretty much. A bunch more reverse hollows. That's always nice to see. Random wall rain from Chilling Rain. Some B barrels that are useful there. One being a reverse hollow. Cool. Boss's orders. Engine booster, energy capsule, reverse hollow. So yeah, extremely new cards in here even. You're gonna know just how new soon. I mean, again, this guy literally. I mean, I was surprised to see that he was permanently closed when I stopped one day. So he was like doing business right up until the end. And they were even running I didn't even know, but they ran tournaments there, Pokemon tournaments. The guy, that's a guy I met. I actually mentioned him earlier. He's running tournaments at a different place now. I'd like to go soon to check out. Here's some old cards. There's some even more older cards, base set 2, some more base set 2 stuff. He actually ran them at this place. I didn't know about that, and he was kind of also, I guess, semi surprised with it all. But he said they had their last tournament like a couple days before he closed. So yeah, even that they were still doing everything. But it was harder because they had to, for Pokemon tournaments, they had to move everything around out of the way and stuff. Wasn't really conducive to that. Wasn't really a place for it. Now the comic shop's totally different. They are set up for the nerds. So yeah, a bunch more base set 2 stuff to add to our other old stuff. It's going to give us all the trainers, a bunch of the even the rare trainers. I believe we saw a bunch of those already. And these are kind of in order already, like almost like I did this. I may have done this, maybe. And there's some rare base set cards there in the back. Uncommons, rare. So pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. And these also are near mint, if not straight up mint. Minty, minty, mint. Double mint. Almost at the end here. More base set stuff. Pretty snazzy. I don't think I skipped anything. I may have skipped over some duplicates that we're seeing here. Yeah, I don't think I need anything here in my own collection, but if I do need anything in my oldest collections, I think they would all be filled out, and we're gonna know by next week, if not Friday. Some more old trainers that I don't have because they're all the rare ones. Yeah, so soon we will know. Here's the energy, where the energies start there, fighting first. I think I did put these in order somewhat. And the final stack. Energy, 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 energy. Oh. I told my nephew, yeah, there's enough cards that you can make any deck that you would like. We can hang out and try to make some fun decks to play, easy ones, some old ones. Got all the energies we'll ever possibly need of any sort. And that is that. Oh, except for one more thing you see in the back there, which is pretty sweet. If I do say so myself. There's all our sleeves then, all the colored ones. And then this. Boom. You saw some of these before. You saw some hollow versions in one of the binders. Some awesome hollows. These more mint condition, awesome straight corners. And there's so many of them. So many that I need for my own collection. Again, I'm very tempted. But these will be on eBay to sell for sale because I can't sell them on TCG Player, but I will sell them on eBay. And yeah, there you go. Along with some of my own, but these are much better condition than mine because they're perfect. Mine are in great condition, but they're not perfect like this. I mean, just look at those corners. Even in my bad camera, you can tell that they're perfect. I love it. They're staying in this case for sure. All right, but that is it, guys. Huh, man, it was over an hour. I need to go do some other things, so I'm not going to ramble any longer. I'm glad you joined me and hung out. I will see you Friday evening, and we will probably have some nice updates from the yard sale, first 2 days of the yard sale, as we move into the final day on Saturday. So I will see you then for some fun, and also I don't have it here, but I think we're going to open the Skeledirge EX tin. I think it's like Obsidian Flames-ish, but it's going to be a mix of packs, I believe 4 probably. Yeah, I think that's what we're probably going to open on Friday. Anyway, I'll see you then. Randy, Nerds Templar. Peace, guys. God bless you.